Yeah, exactly. Yep.
But he's stuck with it.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's still. It's been like what, nearly 2 years since he first changed that tag.
yeah, and that's definitely become quite the synonymous name with him. And just in terms of how he rocks it, he definitely rocks it quite a bit.
Listen, there's no greater green flag for a player than following the bit and committing to the bit, and that is something that D-Dog has consistently done, and that sort of mentality has resulted in, not directly resulted in him becoming as good as he's been, but of course, we love seeing D-Dog do well here in Winter Semifinals.
For sure. And, Vivi's starting out very strong, going with the hero for this one. She is definitely going to have a little bit of a hill to climb just because this matchup is not easy, but
yeah,
she is making it look very, very manageable right now. Just playing it slow and very smart, going for the bounce.
Yeah.
Just going to be able to run through that wall and going to be able to get things going with this damage and the stock.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. I mean, we have seen the conversation a couple of times from different players that maybe Hero is like a little bit of an anti-meta counter pick that can do decently, at least well enough against Steve to where it's more doable than most characters, Because while Steve is typically in the corner mining for materials, Hero doesn't necessarily mind that. Vivi, she can just keep getting buffs, you know what I mean? And obviously she has that big sword to swing around when time comes.
Yeah, most definitely. And Zoom is going to be huge for getting out of disadvantage, especially because of how good just Steve is at being able to keep people at the corner and securing the stock at it as well.
Wow.
And no way. This is
Bro,
this is a runaway.
Everything. Yeah, no, this has been a blowout so far. I mean, currently Vivi doing literally everything right, it feels like. I mean, she has been doing it. Oh my goodness, not the crit! No, not the crit.
Okay,
Woo!
well, that's going to start things off with a 3 stock for Vivi. Okay,
Wow.
yeah. She definitely rocked that.
Yep. And man, that was absolutely emphatic. That was just Vivi doing everything right. And then obviously a lot of things going wrong for D-Dog, including that snooze. And of course, the big crit, which, when in doubt, just get a crit.
Yep, just get lucky. That's it.
Rust. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting too because like these are very evenly matched players, you know what I mean? Like, all time, Vivi is down 6-8 in terms of their overall record, but Vivi, I mean, by the 6-8 record, has gotten a lot of different sets off of D-Dog, even though D-Dog has the majority, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's definitely interesting because it feels like Vivi, just as a whole, is very good at being able to adapt, especially between all of her characters, and she's definitely showing just how good of a player she is when it comes down to that. I mean, being able to take down Jackal
with
Lucario. With Lucario, and then going against D-Dog with this hero. But as I say that, D-Dog gonna be able to get the stock going and with very little damage on him as a whole.
Listen, I mean, when it comes to adaptation, D-Dog is also a very strong player in that regard as well. So it's not necessarily surprising to see him, come out of here game 2 doing a lot better than game 1. It just makes sense with how good he is, but it just makes his set even more competitive than it already was.
Yeah, this is definitely getting very competitive now. 138 on D-Dog, but the damage is climbing.
Yeah. He is really holding on to this stock for dear life, though. 152, I mean, he's still kicking and still rolling here, but finally able to get taken down around the 170 because of the side B.
Yeah, but this is looking very scary. 70% and not a lot of mana.
And D-Dog has Diamond as well, which, as we know, is one of the scariest sights in all of Smash Ultimate. So you're going to have to really be walking on eggshells if you want to...
Falling out of the down tilt?
Yeah, that was very weird. I didn't fully acknowledge it at first, but then I just realized, wow, that is... A lot of strange things happen in these different Steve matchups.
For sure. And now D-Dog doing really good, getting this damage going.
Oh, there's so much damage.
That's the jump. Gonna have to get out of there, but no. Anvil not gonna end it. A little bit of a heal, but barely getting the
barely
zoom.
lives.
Oh no! Oh god! Not the place you want to land.
Yeah. Almost disaster right there. But yeah, this is a huge lead for D-Dog right now. Is up so much. Kind of a little bit of the opposite of what we saw from game 1. But as I say that, I mean, just one strong dash attack is able to actually bring us the last stock. So it's not entirely a blowout, really.
Yeah, this is very doable. A little bit of luck and a little bit of buffs can be able to bring things back. 45 on D-Dog, and it's climbing as well.
Yeah, no, this is a lot of damage because obviously you have the buffs and just the damage scaling gets pretty ridiculous with Hero. Oh, but yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, my. Just disappeared. Hero just disappeared from the screen. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, that was definitely a very competitive game. Definitely not what happened in game 1. I don't think we will see what happened in game 1 again. That was definitely a lot of fortuitous timing, let's say that. But we will see how Vivi will be able to bring things back in this game 3. Hopefully she'll be able to figure out what to do just in general when it comes down to getting out of this disadvantaged state that D-Dog is putting on really, really well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is a really interesting set, man. I mean, right now we're here in this game 3. We're going back to small battlefields, and I'm just really interested in seeing how this game 3 goes with all the different adaptations made. No way!
Okay. Never mind. You know what? Okay. That happened.
What? This is one of the goofiest sets I've maybe ever seen.
Great tomahawk by Vivi, gonna be able to bring more advantage.
No,
Okay.
no. Okay. He's dead.
This is
what's happening?
Did I just commentator's curse? What? Okay. You know what? We'll take what we can get, but
this is
D-Dog doing a really good job at getting advantage going.
I cannot imagine what viewers are feeling right now.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. Going to be able to make it back is Vivi. She is going to be...
Okay.
Okay, finally, she's going to be taken down a little bit, but this is going to be some hill to climb for D-Dog. Not much when it comes to resources, because usually the longer the game draws out, the stronger Steve gets, but not going to be able to get Diamond this early is going to be a little bit detrimental for D-Dog.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, just Vivi got those 2 very quick stocks, and now there's this big deficit. And it's difficult. It's difficult to describe what just happened within the past minute. But I mean, here we are. Vivi has a big lead, has had the Accelerado, and even able to get the little delayed Flame Slash there to get some more damage.
Yeah, now we're seeing D-Dog putting on a lot of pressure now.
Yeah.
Going to be able to put on the damage and make this way more competitive than it should have been. Anyway, going to be able to get the bounce is Vivi, so going to be able to go through that TNT and going to be able to get things going. Not going to have to deal with minecart as well. Hopefully we'll see Vivi get things going a little bit more and secure this, but D-Dog needs to be able to answer back.
Yeah, having a passive reflector like Bounce is such a blessing to have in this matchup. You know, I mean, a lot of different characters try using reflector to respond to the minecart and things like that, but being able to literally just passively have it and be able to do your regular business while also avoiding minecart is so huge.
Yeah, and now with very little mana is Vivi. Needs to be able to get things going, but not going to be able to get buffs, especially with how low the mana is.
At the same time, though, I mean, like, D-Dog doesn't have a ton of resources either, and you have normally just enough around that 30 to 40 range to be able to get a couple of buffs off. So I've seen a variety of plays. Oh, my goodness. Like, I've seen Sabacrit Sola get, do a lot of his work around, like, 20 mana. But, man, we see its kill. Vivi able to get over D-Dog.
Yeah, that was an insane set. Not just in how it was played, but what happened.
Yeah. So many crazy clips just out of that one set.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it.
Definitely one of the goofiest sets I've seen in a minute, man. And that's definitely one of the goofiest sets that we will see in a minute, I feel like. We will see in a minute. I mean, so many different things going on. Starting off with this game 1 where you get this news KO, and then at the very end, I mean, we have this emphatic 3 stock with obviously that huge crit that just made the world shake, it feel like.
Ugh.
Oh.
Yeah.
He exploded too. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, that was definitely a set. But even even the games that were not complete blowouts like that were very competitive. Like D-Dog and Vivi played insane just in terms of like what they were able to do against each other, especially in a matchup that's just very dependent on how well you can play around each other's tools.
Yeah.
And Vivi was able to get bounced so many times. She was able to really invalidate a lot of D-Dog's set.
Yeah. No, it was interesting. Even in that game 2 where D-Dog had a pretty solid lead for most of the game, Vivi was able to bring it back to make it at least very close. And yeah, the beginning of this game 3 was some of the craziest stuff I've ever seen. Obviously, we have that thwack at 30, because why not? And then there we just have the no-tech off the side B. This was so wild. And even in spite of that, D-Dog, like, almost, like, it was pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, close as you can get with when it comes to just how ridiculous everything was.
1,000%. No, it was definitely, this was really a game 3 for the ages. And as we saw here, finally able to get the KO. Not right there, but able to, I believe, get the Flame Slash, which was able to catch that recovery mix-up. What a set.
That was some of the most ridiculous Smash Ultimate I've seen in a very long time.
And that's why we play the game.